Hello everyone, my name is Anya and I work here as an English teacher. And it's a privilege to be here today because occasions of such scale, they are rare at our school. And I hope, the way I see it, I'd love this to be just an annual tradition of our school in the future. So, the topic of my choice for today is about digital tools for enhancing student motivation. And before I start talking about the motivation in general, the way I see it, the way I have learned about it with my students and colleagues, I'd love you to have a look at my outline. I will start with a short lecture and we'll continue talking about various tools. I'm more than sure you already know about some of them, but I'll show you the way I see it, the way I use them in my on daily basis in my career. Whenever I'm going to talk about the tools, there will be some practical work, so we will have to work in teams and individually as well. So let's begin. Why do students lose motivation? I believe that students disengage when there is no agency, when they are passive and the topic we are covering currently, it's not connected to their interest, to their area of interest. And learning fails definitely when students, they feel powerless. And that's here we are, the agents and people who empower them and try to integrate their interests with ours as well. I'd love to pay tribute to these two brilliant online tools. On my teaching journey, when I just started teaching at school, Kahoot and Bluekit, they were great saviors. But today, I'll keep them in a shadow a bit, as I believe that these two apps, they are only for clicking. They somehow motivate children for competition, but not always for learning. That's why, thank you guys for everything, but not today. The tools I am going to talk about, they are really simple, but in my way of thinking, they empower and they make the students work together in pairs and in groups. Once I was talking to my colleagues and I realized that when we were discussing the topic of the digital tools, as if the digital tools should occupy all 40 minutes, all 45 minutes of our lesson. But that's a myth. I don't believe in such things. If we are using some tools at the very beginning of our lesson, lecture, or maybe only for the wrap-up session, I believe that's enough. 10 minutes, 15 minutes of our lesson, and then we are facilitating the children to continue working based on the revision that I have provided them with the digital tool. Digital tools should not be seen as the replacement for the human interaction, rather than like assistance. So we are searching for some assistance when using the digital tools in the classroom. Well, now I'd love to ask you to take your phones. We will need to work a little bit. It's an individual task where you'll have to scan a QR code. If you realize that the QR code is not working, you can use your browser, quizlet.live, and here's the code. It's okay to be demotivated right now because you didn't go first, but when you are revising for some materials at home, it's a good one. So that's how I use Quizlet, not only as the bank of vocabulary, but as an active tool. Next one. The next slide is about the Canva, the portal with the presentations and poster making. How many of you are using Canva? Canva, okay. Canva is a website, canva.com, you can register there, and it gives you access with presentation making templates, with poster making templates. And this is the thing that I have created this presentation with the help of Canva as well. But I don't usually use it for presentation making purpose only. I use it as the digital space for teamwork. Imagine there is one shared document for teams A, B, C, D, and so on. There are 4 teams in total. And once I have shared these teams, I'm giving each team a task, an individual task. I have connected the idioms with this task as well, and I just would love to show you what my students have created with this idiom thing. How do you think, what do these pictures represent? I have already given...
The attitudes of kind of relationship, and probably also related to motivation.
Thank you. Any other guesses?
Emotions.
Okay. Okay, let me spill the beans. So these are the impersonations, let's say, of the idioms. So they had to create, they had to search for a certain image that would represent an idiom. Can you recognize any of those? For example, I have already mentioned once, I have spilled the beans. Spill the beans.
Cry over spilled milk.
Yes, exactly.
Where there's a will, where there's a way.
Not sure. Oh, well, it could be, but I remember that it was a different one, but still a good guess. That's a good guess. This one is, you're driving me up the wall, something like that. Sorry? Bite the bullet, yes, exactly.
Something about ladder to the sky?
Head in the sky, or head in the clouds, head in the clouds. This one is also very recognizable. Once in a blue moon, so that's a piece of cake, yes. So, they were given around 10 minutes. They were working in groups of 4 or 5. And this Canva template is online. And they had to recall all of the knowledge, all of the information they learned the day before. So as you can see, the digital tools, they don't work on spot, always on spot. It shouldn't be improvised. It should be like a tool for some repetitive work and for recalling information you have already gained the day or like weeks before. So we're not going to do anything like this because it would take a lot of time, and it took us like half of the lesson, even more, because they had to guess each other's slides with the idioms, because it's Team B. We had Team A, Team B, Team C, and Team D. So that's how I use Canva, not only for presentations. It has lots of purposes. Now, going back to the vocabulary part. I've already mentioned that, yeah, I use Quizlet for learning vocabulary, but sometimes it doesn't work out the way I'd love it to work. You have to search for the link, you have to be registered, you just, sometimes the links, it's not opening there. And what I'm doing in this case, when working with the essay writing, I'm always telling my students, please elevate the register. Why are you using such primitive words? Are we in grade 4? Are we in grade 5? So let's elevate our register. And here are the, for example, not enough. Yes, so the student is using this phrase, not enough. And I believe that when they are going to be passing the Cambridge exams here, it would be better to write insufficient. But how do we memorize it? Okay, Quizlet is fine. We can do something else. And here are all of the comments that I usually leave for the students in digital format so that they can see that something can be replaced by other words. But which words? If you just Google the word synonyms for not enough, you won't memorize it. You have to keep it somewhere. And that's what I've come up with. Like, this is the idea that I have come up with recently. I have created like this grid with primitive adjectives. And this was the task for them to find better options for the primitive, so-called primitive adjectives. What's good about the Excel file is that you can open several tabs. You can create several tabs, and this tab can work for the bank of adjectives. You can go for bank of idioms, bank of, and so on and so on, anything. It can work for any subject. Let's say for biology, when we're talking about terminology on the topic of, and this one. And this can be the vocabulary, and you can explain and make it even more complicated, because this one is just a simple way to search for the word you would love to replace in your essay, during your essay writing. And not only. By the way, can you guess what do these colors mean? Why it has like mostly, okay, ignore the white ones. So the green, red, and purple.
Which of these words, like students, easier to memorize or
No.
recall? They know
No.
words that they know.
No, but you can of course adjust your own rules to any of the document, but it's not the rule that we have created. It's a different one. It's language. It's connected to language.
Most popular.
No.
Maybe different British and American.
No. Let me. Yeah, Helly.
Which come from French or.
No, it's too complicated for us. Now, some of these adjectives, they can be used only with subjects, or only with people, or with both. So, yeah, and that's why that was the rule that we have come up with. And for example, yeah, these ones are with people. You cannot have a mean. My phone is mean to me, or sometimes when it's not working, it's obviously mean. But you cannot say it that way. Yeah, so. It still needs some, how to say, we still need to work on it, because we have just started.
Could you specify the green, purple, and red? Specify what levels?
Oh.
Like green is
so
usable, in every instance.
Yeah, let's say so. Green, like the greens, they can be used for the objects. Or like some kind of subjects, for example, oh, that mountain was huge, or like the colossal amount of work I have right now. So that's how we work with it. Yeah, and the
huge person.
Huge person? No, no, we don't have it. Only for objects. So that's why green is only for objects. For people, it's like purple. So it's purple. Yeah, and red is for both. Red is for both people and objects. So red. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was their idea as well. It was not like I came up with this idea, but it was born like in discussion. So that's very important to listen to the kids when you work on something apart from getting ready for the exam. So because it should be easier for them, not for us. It's easier for them to access it, so it's my job to create it and tell them, okay, here's the link, go and use it. So they find it easy, and I'm really happy that it works. Yeah. So let's move on to the next part then. So here's another practical task. Is everyone in?
So there are just two teams, only A and C.
There are four. A, B, C, D.
Oh, right.
But as long as there are not many people here today, we can work only on A and B. Yeah. So may I ask you to unite and create a team? Let's say team A, you are team A, and you're going to be team B, guys. Thank you. Turn around. Let me provide you with the instruction first.
Are we A or B?
You are A. A. You're B. You already have, so these are the comments for the students related to motivation. Motivational questions, marks, or in some parts you have to ask the student to specify. So what kind of comments do you write when you don't understand what did the student want to tell you? So here you already have this example on the Excel. There is an exemplary phrase with good job, and you have to do the same, like you have to make a better option of good job. You have to elevate it. Include what exactly was good or bad. In your case, there is a different, right? So I'll open it right now. So you have to say, include what exactly was good, bad. Mention progress or next step. Invite thinking. You can ask the question here. And just write a regular formal comment how you do, the way you do in your electronic journals usually. How do you leave feedback? So let me open the, but I'd rather leave here the timer. Let's just try to do it in 7 minutes. Discuss it, please. So time's up. Let's have a look at at Team A. Well, let's read it. So I'll just read some of the parts here. So this is unclear. Instead of writing this is unclear, these phrases were clear and this part of the answer was too vague. It's very nice to accentuate and highlight the things that were well done, because sometimes I find myself just only criticizing the work, but like it's too vague, like change the word, do these. But writing what was good is really part of our job as well, not only criticism. Okay, you need to specify part A and write more about this and that next time. Yeah, like you can, in this case, we don't know exactly what the topic is, but instead of this, you can write the particular topic and be more specific, what is this and that. Here, you were not given any instructions, so it's fine. What is the main idea in your context? Can you catch it? Nice. The structure is unclear and answers are too vague. That demonstrates slow progress in written skills. Yeah, like that's what I usually write on the page, and now we're online. Hello, hello.
It's like teachers' comments on the text.
Yeah, it's like the teacher's comments here. Yes, so this is from the perspective of the teacher. Let's have a look at. Oh no, you're below. 1 second.
We just first line.
First line? Okay, sorry. So you need to improve grammar. You have to work on the usage of regular verbs. That's such a great way. You have used so many different irregular verbs this time. Next time, try to use more specific examples. You can also ask questions. For example, how can you modify it into a question so that the student has to reply it mentally? Like the student doesn't have to come up and answer, but what kind of question can you ask the student?
What form you will use in different times?
How will you use these verbs in different tense, like this? Okay, let it be that way. And I'm really proud to say that you did a really great work with the regular verbs. Your speaking skills are high enough. Yeah, to level up your speaking, try to practice the usage of verbs in different situations. Well, I understand that sometimes when we're using some kind of documents like Excel, it's inconvenient and you may not find it user-friendly because we don't usually use them from our phones. We, as teachers, we usually have the access from the laptops and our PCs. But our classrooms, they don't really have any laptops and tablets for the kids. And the only device that we have in the classroom is their phone. Believe me, they get used to it very fast, and they know to do. They know what to do already from the second try. Maybe the first try is going to be a little bit chaotic, and they might feel, oh, what am I doing? How do I fill it in? They will have lots of questions, but give it a go, give it a try. So from the second, third session, it will already become part of your routine, and it will be more natural. I really understand like what it means like to be typing something on your phone, but that's what they do all day, right? So that's what they're just drenched into the phone. So that's why the phone is okay. Like it's not that big deal. Well, that was the practice with Excel, and one more thing, so now we can breathe out. We don't need our phones. We just can relax for a bit. We are going to watch a little video project that was created by our students. And it is also connected to some digitalizing as long as they have to use their devices, their phones again. And why am I so, every module, like, I'm accentuating the importance of the projects. Doesn't matter, video projects or just presentation making. But this time, I'd love to share my experience on video project making. The topic that we were observing that day was connected to transport system in Tbilisi. And the overall project, it took us 5 weeks to record and to write down the script, act it out somehow. I was not present during the recording. They did it by themselves, but I was just like an officer. Like, okay, so step 1, done. Step 2, you have to work here. And the overall product that we received, it was connected to the real life experience. That's what I find really necessary, to bring in the digitalizing, digital stuff into your classroom to make it closer to the real life. That's what is important for me. Let's have a look at the video. 1 second. Once again, it's part of the big project. The whole video was 6 minutes long, and this is just the excerpt.
I'll tell you about electric scooters. The main advantage of this public transport is that you can find
Okay. 1 second, it's internet problem again.
I'm gonna tell you about electric scooters. The main advantage of this public transport is that you can find scooters all over the city. When you have found a scooter, download the app. There is a mark on the scooter that matches the icon or name of the app. To register, you need an email address to which the code will be sent, as well as basic information, first and last name, phone number. Now you're able to pay for your trip by scanning the QR code. Stand on the scooter with both feet. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, use the button to ride and levers to stop. Look straight and drive. Don't go too fast to avoid accidents, as you may lose control. Keep a comfortable speed and everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. That's the message. I like how positive it is. For your own sanity, please connect to internet. So
Safety. Step on the ground and walk while
well,
crossing a road.
I'll stop it here, but I hope that you have received the message that using the digital tools, it's not only about software, but also about the hardware. And one of my big hopes is to create one certain bank of the video projects, audio projects for our school, which all will be accessible for the teachers and the maybe students, for the parents, where they can see the progress, because they really love students, I mean, looking at themselves from a different angle when they were in grade 5, in grade 7, in grade 8, they love watching themselves grow, and so do I. I really love, so this is last year's project made by grade 8C, it was 8C, and now they are in 9th grade, and I see the how much they have matured, so because they don't make those grammar mistakes anymore, pronunciation mistakes, which Daniel had in his videos, so we always discuss it, and it's also a nice tool, a nice way, even though it's a long-term project, a nice way to reflect upon your own self. Yeah, so that was about the video project thing. Now, time to talk a bit about the AI, which I have started using a lot recently. The platform that I use a lot is ChatGPT. You can use, you may be using other platforms as well, but I find ChatGPT to be the friendliest, the most user-friendly portal for me. But what I have understood in these 2 years, I believe, is that AI, it's not a copy-pasting machine. You have to triple check sometimes the AI products, and you have to be really careful with the prompts. But it's a really nice thing to avoid wasting time. It really helps me to create more engaging tasks and something more student-oriented. For example, I have here an informal email. You don't really have to read it, but when you are adding some specific characters in your informal email writing, here it was Grinch. Grinch was addressing one of my students whose name is Tim, and he was asking Tim to steal not only Christmas, but to help him steal Easter, for example. And you should have seen the fire in Tim's eyes, like, oh my God, I have so many ideas what I'm going to tell Grinch. So in this case, when you are trying to create a story with Tim and with Grinch, it's becoming already like a performance, even though it's a written performance. I have kept the traditional structure of the informal email. Basically, the structure is kept, so I'm not violating any grammar rules here. I'm just setting the tone, which is more playful, but it's an informal email. That's why everything's fine here. When we are distributing the roles, it creates some space for humor, it creates some space for entertainment, but we're learning through games in this case. Writing emails and essays can be boring, so why not spark interest with the help of AI instead of, because I should have written it all by myself. I can ask Mr. ChatGPT to do it for me and I'll be really grateful. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I do with Chat. And one thing that I always hear from my students, teacher, what if I write something in ChatGPT? You will never learn about it. Oh, okay. I say, yeah, maybe I'll never understand that it was you or your mom helped you, your tutor helped you. But what if you don't ask ChatGPT to write instead of you, but what if we ask ChatGPT to compete with you? And comparing the writing of a student, let's say from grade 5, and giving ChatGPT the prompt, hello, I'm the 5th grader and I'm writing this stuff and that stuff. Then when they are equal, like with equal talent, let's say ChatGPT, like from the perspective of the 5th grader and the 5th grader himself, the writing is not that advanced anymore. So let me show you this example. We had a lesson based on haiku writing, and we actually have the book of haiku written in English. And this was written by one of our students who is not at the school anymore, Ilya. So he wrote, it's raining outside, all the leaves turn yellow, autumn is coming. Yeah, very cute. And then he asked ChatGPT to write something similar from the perspective of the 6th grader. And that's what we received. The trees are orange now, it is windy and cold too, I forgot my hat. Nothing special, yeah? It's nothing special. I even think that this one is more poetic rather than ChatGPT's. And when you show the students that ChatGPT is not omnipotent, it's not almighty, they say, oh, I can do a better job than ChatGPT, right? So yeah, of course, it's just all about the comparison. Yes, but the prompt has to be like, I need to write a haiku from the perspective of the 10-year-old kid. Because if you ask them to write it, oh, I'm a Japanese poet from the Edo times. No, it should be on par. They should be on par. There is one more example about haiku. The leaves have fallen like you have fallen for me. You know I hate it. And just something similar from ChatGPT, which is not as advanced as that one, I believe. Cold wind in October. You said you liked me last week. Now I hate autumn. Very teenage-like drama, yeah. Because it's 7th grade already. Well, look what I would love to do right now. Phones. Yeah. I'm going, guys, to ask you again to scan the QR code. If you cannot scan it, there is the website menti.com. Here you go. I'll let you know what you need to do. So.
What's the rule of that?
I will show it right now. So I want everyone to scan the QR code. Is everyone in? Okay, Ilya, sure. Don't take it too seriously. It's a creative task, but it's okay to not to have any ideas, and you can even ignore the rules for haiku writing. Haiku is usually composed, it has 3 lines in it, with 5 syllables in the first one, 7 syllables in the second one, and once again, 5 syllables, just like in the examples that I have shown you. You can ignore these rules, or you can stick to them. Maybe it's easier for you to do it that way. And I will give you just some time to come up with a haiku, maybe about today's day, or just about your teaching career. So just give it a try, give it a try, and submit your answer, please. I'm not even setting a timer. Yes, 5, 7, 5. Yeah, like, hello, my name's Beth. So, hello, my name's Pat, John. Yeah, like that. A book and film changed to text and video. Is it me or them? Wow. It's mysterious. Yeah, philosophical and mysterious at the same time. Okay. Masha, no pressure. Yeah, no pressure, but I am asking again. We can skip this part. It's okay. Yeah, no pressure, but yes. Students stop performing when voice becomes something chosen. Learning starts breathing. That's the haiku by ChatGPT. So that's how I wanted to finish my today's presentation, and I'm really grateful for everyone to be here. I hope that all of these tools, at least one of these tools, could be helpful in your future pedagogical development. And thank you once again. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. So, if you have any questions and you're open for discussion, we can do it in private, we can talk in groups, and yeah, Heli.